Right, greetings everyone. It is time for a live stream recap, and the live stream recap tonight, I am going to be a little more somber because it has been a day, and that's all that needs to be said about it. But I do want to explain why I'm going to be a little more relaxed and calm in this. So starting off, let's start with the obvious, really big information. The December collaboration will be the return of Nier, which Nier has been gone a very, very long time. So I think that we can finally put this to rest. It's finally over and finished. Nier is back. And this will probably be the last time that you see it for a considerably long time. So if you are interested in Nier, if you like Nier, this is going to be the one to go on, because I don't think we will ever see Nier again for a really, really long time, seriously. So that means the return of 9S, 2B, and two new characters, A2 and 2P, will be starting this week on JP with the December 27th, or 22nd, sorry. As for global, no word on when this will happen, but I would assume down the line a little bit, so please look forward to it in the future. All right, talking about upgrades, we have details about 2B and 9S. First off, taking a look at 9S, we're looking at defense penetration by 20, and we're also looking at damage reduction on 10% on his master ability. We're also looking at a agility boost and AoE resistance for his dream enhancement up to 140. And as for his ability, which I believe is the shield ability, I don't have this one 100% memorized yet. So interestingly, like, this is the one that raises defense and spirit for allies around himself. Also gets a accuracy boost for 3 turns. That's an effect that now prevents the removal of the protect status effect, so that's great. Protect is now essentially stronger from this ability, and that's good news for people looking to use this. As for 2Bs, yeah, I'm using my phone because it's faster. Initial AP up by 15, reaction prevention rate of 30%, and we're looking at the ability getting the slow status effect. Damage is large. Slow will reduce the chance, or reduce the accumulation of CT. Basically, not too terribly much for 2B in terms of her enhancement. And of course, all these numbers are posted on the stream. Remember that things can change between now and actual release date, though these are probably pretty set. As for limit purse, well, as I get my summary here, I have the other summary stream, but this one I missed. So first off, 2Bs. The cost is going from 43 down to 28. After increasing your own slashing, resistance penetration rate for 3 turns, deal damage large. Survive even once, even if you receive fatal damage. If that effect is in, so basically if she has the guts stat, immortal spirit, survive fatal damage, reduce AP consumption, disables hit effects on self for 3 turns. So basically, sure hit evasion on 2B's limit burst. And given the general reduction in cost and the fact that she has shown a history of using her limit burst, that's pretty good. I actually quite like this upgrade for 2B. I'm not super sold on her dream enhancement, but her limit burst goes a long way to convincing me that she is probably going to be at least interesting to see when some people upgrade, whether it's worth it or not. As for 9S, his limit burst is getting a range increase, raises own defense penetration for 3 turns, lowers target single attack resistance for 3 turns, then deals lightning attribute damage, creates a barrier that reduces physical damage 3 times, auto AP recovery for turns. So a good investment, basically getting AP restoration to get back what you used. Creates a barrier that protects oneself, which is pretty good. And again, 9S is capable of using his limit burst, and with an enhanced range, there's a good chance of him using it. I do like both of these upgrades for these characters, and since they've been gone for so long, kind of nice that we have just a solid upgrade. Next up, 9S will be the free unit once again, so if you already have him, good. If not, well, you get him now. As for the collaboration, the return of the old Nier Vision card, which if you ever have any intention of playing Wind again, probably should get it this time around. As for what we can expect a new A2 Vision card. Now, this Vision card, if we go... Oh boy. Oh, my thing reset. Damn it. Where is it? I only have this in my chat. A2 Hollow's Vision card. Red Mage, Greatsword, and Gun. Flash attack, pierce resistance, and AoE resistance max for the party. Elemental chain resistance for guild battle only. Vision card mastery, guild battle only, ice attack up, and critical evasion. So very nice VC for her. Also works with guns and red mages too, which water and ice. We'll talk about that in a second, but nice little VC. As for the second VC that you see on the right here, 2Ps, or P2, damn it, 2P is not right. This is a raid hollow VC, so you will get this if you partake in the raid and get up to a certain level in the raid ranking for the rare one. And yeah, it's essentially a free VC, which is pretty nice. All right, now let's talk about the characters, starting off with A2. A2, as I scroll up to my notes. Limit Burst. Cross 2 squares centered on 1 square. Slow and don't move effect. Coefficient is slightly lower during slow and down. Resistance is reduced by a resistance is reduced by a percentage. So it's interesting. Don't move as combination with slow. It's not super crippling, but it is some CT manipulation that is in her kit. And even then, you do get the benefit for her and all other sword units. Should be noted that her sub-jobs are Dragon Bane Knight, which is one of the new spear jobs, which is great because it's stronger. And also Magic Swordsman, which is an interesting one. But given how strong some mages are, that's probably the justification for it, to give her some anti-mage support, which is good news. As we go down, we'll take a look at her abilities. And this is a physical style attacker, and very much in the same vein as like some of the newer old unit and newer Helena unit, with wall of text abilities that do a million things, all for the low cost of one thing. All right, so taking a look, Cut Repair is the bottom left ability. Diamond shaped area attack resistance releases Immortal Spirit on an opponent, which is pretty nice. And yeah, deals damage in a large diamond shape AoE. Also activates a secondary effect that recovers a certain percent of HP for yourself and allies after the attack. Top right ability is Survival Field. Increases the speed of this unit plus other units, which is pretty nice. Let's see, yes, grants re-raise to A2. Also, haste removal effect when attack hits. Barrier destruction ceiling effect when attack hits. Added accuracy and speed up with re-raise happening. So basically, if she gets re-raised, you will get a bit of a speed boost and an accuracy boost to fight opponents after, which is pretty nice. And I want to say really quickly, I'm just going to double check in here, because I remember reading on stream that No, it basically is the barrier destruction and the haste. That's what it was. Okay, just making sure before I say anything else. Last ability, bottom right, area attack resistance is reduced by a percentage, and also apparently disables something after dream enhancement. It says LC up, but I think that was a mistranslation or some put in wrong. Let me show the original really quickly. LCT. That's not ringing any bells right now. Sorry, my brain is just dead at the end of the day. But the big thing to note about A2 is that she looks like a very strong attacker style job, and quite a really powerful unit for ice in combination with ice and water. Just powering up other slash units, CT modification, prevention of HP barriers being destroyed and removed, healing your own characters, not only herself but others, while dealing attack, and more importantly, just AoE shred on a ability. Really, this unit is everything, and I have a feeling that we're going to see this unit everywhere in the near future, in combination with water units to prevent ice being weak to fire. But Summer Glassy and Ferris both benefit quite greatly from this unit, and potentially as well from the VC if the details are 100%. So there you go. Needless to say, I think that this is quite a strong unit. Moving on, we're going to talk about 2B. It is 2B. Okay. Get myself confused with this. All right, so 90 cost character, thankfully a little bit cheaper than the other character we were just looking at, A2, who is 100 cost. Soil element, Axe Knight, which is Grifford's main job, and Thief. Thief potentially speed and some nice support skills. As for her limit burst, 3 consecutive blows that also reduce resistances to strike attacks, which is very, very powerful in combination. As for herself, she is another physical vanguard style attacker, which seems to be common flavor lately for a lot of different characters. Flash breakage resistance, move to target square and attack, that's the bottom left one. Sorry, move to target square, deal that. Area attack resistance reduced by a certain percentage, so she is AoE shred for fist users, which is also pretty interesting, as it could be in good combination with multiple different fist characters across different elements, but still very, very nice. Increase own single attack resistance after dealing damage, which is also nice because it protects you a little bit while doing a bunch of other things. That's pretty good. Top right ability, continuous shock release, increases own defense penetration rate, destroys a physical barrier for dealing damage. Also, when a crit happens, PT down for enemies within the diamond range. So you see on this ability here how effectively it has a diamond AoE pattern. It essentially, basically, if you get a crit on the enemy, it has a secondary effect where it will affect the CT of characters that are in that diamond AoE. It's curious about how this ability will work and whether it will be that good, but it's interesting to say the least, as her job is supposed to have secondary style hit effects on it. So that's pretty nice. Bottom right ability, give yourself guaranteed hit for 3 turns before dealing large damage with a dispel effect, no less. So this is cool because this, if you can get this off, I mean, multiple abilities become sure hit. That's very, very good. And a dispel for all buffs is also kind of interesting just to have on another unit and a newer unit. So if we were just to take a look at everything that Nier has for characters, I would say that 2B and 9S will be interesting, but 9S maybe a little bit less he's in some kind of a support role. 2B might be wind evasion being a thing, or at least a possible thing. And looking at the new characters, I can see A2 potentially being dominant in the meta, mainly because I think she's just going to be insanely popular, and her kit looks absolutely stellar right now. As for 2P, it's an interesting BIST unit, especially at a lower cost. Whether this unit will make the grade, though, I'm not 100% sure, as it kind of depends on strike, but AoE Shred is potentially interesting for other. So, scrolling down, there are the dates. So, December 22nd for most of the Nier stuff, January 1st for a little bit more of the Nier stuff, and the raid starts on January 10th. There was no reveal tonight of the January 1st character. That will be happening at a second stream at a late date. As for the event itself, it will have different challenges and rewards. Chance for people to get the old pod again. As for 2P, her weapon is available on a challenge board, which is quite curious and interesting. Old weapons can expect a 6-star upgrade, and new weapons for A2 are available to be farmed, as well as a new pod, Pod 042, will be a farmable piece of equipment for 2P, as well as probably other characters too, but that's her farming equipment. As for the boss we'll be fighting, this thing, I didn't really play Nier that much, so I can't comment on this. Moving on. But the raid will come with a black box, which is a new piece of equipment that will be farmable from there. This is the free vision card, as I've already said, the login bonuses, and a slew of campaigns just going on at the time of the Nier Automata collaboration. As for the end of the year, we'll also see a bunch of stuff, including free Christmas presents, banner, as well as just a banner up until New Year's of just, chances to draw more stuff. January 1st, there will be a special poll for everybody, and there will also be Lapis Aplenty to be given away. As we continue on, there is a story update coming on January 1st, which could very well have ties to the January 1st character, so keep an eye on it. And yes, dear viewer, if you keep a close eye, you can see a new version of Adelard and a new version of Lilith, which probably is pretty exciting for some people. Also, Exi is promptly on here, so very curious to see what happens. As for future updates, the December one is basically SP for summons, more items for that, as well as one other thing I'm just blanking on completely. And then I didn't do it right. God damn it. Oh yes, Trust Mastery Stones, that's the thing I'm forgetting, will be repaired and fixed to have better functionality with filters. As we continue on, the Elder Vision Card update will finally happen. Basically, for older Vision Cards, all of the older Vision Cards, to my understanding, will get this update all at once, which basically improves them for Subspot. As for exact details about what resources we're going to need to fully upgrade these, wasn't given, but it wasn't mentioned on stream, so that's a little bit concerning. Otherwise, JP was announced with a bunch of different presents for the Esper's SP items, Lapis, Visior, whatever you want to call it, and other things too. So yeah, that basically wraps up this live stream. I think there might have been a few things that maybe I missed because I am just absolutely worn down, but there's the rundown of it in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, stay tuned for the last of the year updates whenever they want to do that, probably sometime next week, I would imagine, roughly within, well, before New Year's kind of thing. But other than that, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Take care. And at the end of this video, unfortunately, because I got too far into this too fast, PST was streaming with me tonight. Did a lot of help with translation work and keeping viewers entertained. Thanks so much, PST. Shoutouts to you. YouTube link will be put in the comment or description below. Thanks for watching. Take care and see you later.